before the thumbs up, there was a slight pause, and I was waiting for 3, 2, 1 for my producer. But I literally looked at him, and he was like, "Okay, we're ready. Go." And we are going. I'm here with another episode of Cut to the Chase podcast. I'm here at the studio at Beacon Street Studios with Mr. Nicky Neighborhoods. We're here with another episode here from Boston, Massachusetts. Great episode coming your way, guys. Again, before we get started, subscribe, like, and share the podcast. We've had some really good, some new subscribers. I've noticed we've had some new subscribers to subscribe to the YouTube page. I don't know how many new subscribers we have, but it's more than like the 4 that it's pretty good. No, we're growing. We got some new subscribers. I've been watching that. With the views have been gone up. Thank you guys for actually commenting and listening to the last episode with comedian Corey Rodriguez. That was a great episode that I did. We released that the last episode. That was cool. So thanks, guys, for doing that. Wow, it's just like, it's great. You know, November, you know, Thanksgiving is right around the corner. What are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? That's what I want to know. Are you guys Thanksgiving peoples? You guys turkey? Are you guys turkey or ham people? That's what I want to know. That's something that me and Nicky, I think we're going to talk about. What is the Thanksgiving? What does Thanksgiving look like for us this year? I'm not sure what I have in store for myself. I'm just really looking forward to that day to eat a lot and to just sleep the rest of the day, because that's really the only day where you really have to kind of just relax. But nonetheless, I am here again. I'm always going to be here as long as you guys need me. I'm not sure if you guys want me, but I definitely will be here. I definitely will be here each and every week for you guys. So please tune in every week, guys. I have a lot of things in store for you guys. A lot of guests coming up. Studio is looking fantastic. Each and every time I come in here, we're adding more to the podcast. When I say we're adding more, I really mean Nicky Neighborhoods. So I have to give all the credit to him, and I'm having fun with this. We're growing. We're 50 episodes in. That's a big milestone, in my opinion. I think 50 episodes. You know, we started this podcast. We had, we kind of went into it saying we're just going to put this together slowly and build it, and it's been going pretty good. And we got a good thing going on. So I thank you guys for listening, because there are people listening out there, which is crazy to me. You know, I do have to say this, though, in regards to my podcast and the things that I say on my podcast. Guys, let me just be quite frank with you. This podcast is a podcast. It's a comedy podcast. It's a podcast about certain things that I've experienced, certain things I go through, certain things that I will look forward to. So it will never be the same usually. You know, there's things I will say that will make sense, but I can assure you that, guys, most of the things that I say will not make sense. Do not take it to heart. Don't, just listen to it with and just let it be. So many people take things so verbatim, you know, and I had one person hit me up. It's like, yeah, do you really, love Nutella over peanut butter? And I'm fucking said, yeah. Don't you? And they said no. And I said, unfollow, unsubscribe. No, that's bad. No, I want you guys to subscribe. This is what happens when you make a bad joke and you think it's a good joke, and then you just keep digging. And I told you, my intros are going to get better, guys. I was talking with Nicky Neighborhoods a little earlier. We were talking about Duke basketball earlier, which is cool because basketball season is actually here. I'm excited about basketball season. We're going to always talk about basketball on this podcast because I'm a basketball head. And that's what it is. Sports person, love sports. So I love that football season's here, basketball season's here, hockey season's here. So just like watching the game. There's nothing better than just turning on the TV and just watching a good sports game, you know, and just relaxing, and I like it. I like sports. I like competitive sports. So I'm not sure where you guys are, but hopefully your sports teams are doing well. I'm gonna honestly say that I'm just saying that to be nice. I hope all your sports teams, if it's not Boston, goes down the tubes. Go Celtics. Go Bruins. Patriots, I don't know. We're having a little hard time with the Patriots there. Tommy's left. Tommy's having some issues. Tom Brady's having some issues. You know, Giselle's divorcing him. I don't know what the full story is, but I heard it's because he decided to go back and he wanted to play football, and she's not happy with that. I'm going to talk to Nicky Neighborhoods about that, because Nicky Neighborhoods is married, and I know that he has a better insight on how to talk about these things, you know, because he does have a partner. This is my question. How much is too much of how is there such a thing as compromising too much? You know? What's the level of compromise in a relationship? Like how much should you give? What's fair? You know, because I'm gonna be honest with you guys. There's some people that have been coming at me, man. There's some people that are questioning my thought process when it comes to relationships, and who knows? Maybe one day I'll try to figure this out. I can't figure this out with my single friends. You know, I gotta start having friends that are like in relationships and successful ones, because why am I gonna ask my single friends who are not successful in relationships about how relationships go? I think that's the thing I figured over the weekend. I got to stop hanging out with people who've never had successful relationships and asking them about relationships.
I had this conversation with my wife this weekend. Literally the same exact thing. We were talking about something, and I'm like, you know what that person needs to do? They need to stop talking to other single friends. I'm not even like, it was about someone different. It wasn't about you.
Thank you.
I'm like, you know, Chase, I'm glad you fucking figured this out, because my wife and I have been hit together for a long time. No, but you're right. That's right. I think Patrice said something too, where it was Patrice O'Neill's a comedian. He's like, women need to stop listening to their
single friends. 100%.
You're not going to get anything from that. Well, I'm not going to ask someone about money advice if they have less money than me.
Right.
How does that make sense?
Yeah, it is. It's a kind of it's tricky. It's a tricky area, because am I saying that you shouldn't listen to your friends at all who are single? No, that's not what I'm saying. That what I'm saying is,
I am.
I love it. Love it.
About relationships?
Yeah, I guess we should just, in that context.
If you want to learn how to be single, talk to your successful single friends. If you want to learn how to be in a relationship, talk to someone who's in a relationship, and then you'll figure out whether or not this is for you.
This is for you, right? Exactly. And I think, yeah.
If you ask me, like, what's the key to being in a good, healthy relationship? It's about arguing. You have to argue well with your partner.
See, this is where me and you are going to have a great conversation, because I don't like to argue. I don't like to even, I just don't like the feeling of it. I just don't like, because I just feel like what can you, why do you have to argue? Like, because I feel like relationships are always arguing about the most simplest, stupid shit.
Yeah, but it's always that's what it seems like, but it's something always deeper than the thing.
Oh, now
you think it's like you think it's dumb, but then you realize like, oh, it's not about what I said, it's about how I said it, or it's about the thing that I didn't see that I you know what I mean, like. And plus, you have to be able to argue. Like my wife and I had an argument last weekend, and we were in public. We were in like a nice part of Boston, where it's not. It's very uncouth if you argue in like this beautiful. It was like a beautiful kind of like walking mall. They call it the Commonwealth Mall.
Okay.
What people go there, or they walk their dogs. It's not, anything fancy, but it's a beautiful little place to walk, right? And my wife and I are fucking screaming at each other. I don't even remember what the fight was about.
Is that usually how it usually
I don't
goes?
even. I like halfway through it, and I was like, "Wait a minute, did I do that? Did I say that?" And then she looked at me and she said something real. Well, my wife says mean things to me. She knows that that's actually a symbol of affection for me. She was like,
the fact that you admitted that
Yeah.
is hilarious to me because you just pretty much said like my wife says mean things to me, but that's just a sign that I really enjoy it. Because
she saw me start to smile. And she's like, you know what? Sometimes I just want to stick needles in your eyes so that you could wake up and I just started laughing.
I mean, if that's
like, that's so specific.
It's very specific. Not only is it specific, it actually that's how much she is angry at you, that she cares for you, that she wants to hurt you.
Because it just drives her to a place of insanity. Because she would never do that. If you know anything about her, she just would never do that.
I don't know.
She's not one of those crazy. Like, well, maybe she is. But we both looked at each other and we both started laughing. And we were not in that place at the beginning of the argument. At the beginning of the argument, I was like, in my head, being like, I'm gonna have to go stay with someone.
You can always, well, first before you even, you know, Nick, if anything was to happen. Which I'm sure it won't. But, sometimes things happen. Mm-hmm. You never know, right? Sometimes you need to get away a little bit. I'm going to let you know right now on this Cut to the Chase podcast, on my podcast, that you produce. You always have a place to stay if anything was
at the Ritz-Carlton in Boston.
It's at
the Marriott, at the Copley Marriott.
No,
Boston.
at my place.
Okay.
At my place, you have a place to stay. There's
Imagine
a couch.
us living in the same, like.
Yeah. I mean, because that's how I am. If I have space, I want you to come over, and you don't have to worry about anything. All right. I
appreciate that.
Now, I can't say when it was reciprocated the other way, but we're not gonna go down that road. But I'm here for you. Go ahead, Nicky.
Well, Chase, here's the thing. If I was in a domestic dispute with my wife that I couldn't prevent...
I'm probably the last person you're going to fucking call up. I just realized that. I'm probably the last person you'll probably reach out to for any type of direction.
If I was in... It's only my closest friends would I... And I consider you a close friend, but I never burden those relationships with anything like that.
Oh, yeah. Men, I think that's just how men are. I think that's just how men are.
I'd be like,
which is different from women, right?
Yeah.
Women are different. I feel like men are opposite in that way because men are just like, I don't want to put any burden on anybody. I want to just get through the shit. I don't want no one to know. Women, it's like they're telling their circle of women friends. They're busting out the wine. Everybody knows your fucking business.
Women do that. Yeah, my wife doesn't do that. That's one of the things one of many things that I love about my wife. Yeah. She doesn't. She'll go through the things that are happening, and she'll go through it with a fine-tooth comb to automatically. This is what her head does. I can see this happening like a computer in her head, where she's like, "Can't talk about that. Can't talk about that. That's too personal." And she'll go through all the things that happen, and she'll like kind of lay light stuff on her friends. Nothing like what her friends say, where it's kind of like, oh, they're having issues.
Right.
Oh, so-and-so's cousin is,
right,
addicted to whatever. She's like, I'd never.
I feel like we should go back to the olden days of how relationships were, where you did not find out that a couple was having issues until they showed up with a different person.
That's how me and my wife are.
Because I feel like that's how it was back in the days. Because it's basically you're just at a really nice party and you're expecting the Millers to come, and Mrs. Miller is with, Juanito.
Yeah. Mrs. Miller made a jump. Mrs. Miller does not have a type. Well, actually, Mrs. Miller might have a type.
I think Mrs. Miller does have a type.
I think Mrs. Miller has always had a type.
Yes.
She's just not exercised it until now.
Do you know what I mean? Like back in the days, it was like you just showed up and be like, and then you would be like, dude, is she with Mr. Miller? Like
that's what
you find out at the time. You know.
That's one of the things I love about my wife is she's like, no one needs to know our business.
I believe her.
And then she's like, why do people need to know exactly what's happening? She's like, and don't you say anything about what's happening in this house.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's happening in this house? She's like, nothing. But if there was,
Right.
don't say anything.
Oh yeah, I think if the Secret Service or CIA brought your wife in to like try to snitch,
Good luck.
good fucking luck.
Good luck.
You're not breaking that Russian.
She would figure out a way to get the CIA to admit to a heinous crime that they committed. They'd be like, Ron, stop the tape. You just admitted to overthrowing the Chilean government 10 years ago.
I feel like you know what your wife would be. You know the perfect example of your wife would be. Your wife would be actually like Nicolas Cage in the movie where he played the black market arms dealer.
Oh yeah,
Where they caught him.
Lord of War.
Lord of War. And they would bring her in thinking like they got her on a lot of charges and she's going away. And she just looks at them and says, no, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah, this is not how this is going to go.
You're not going to be, some person's going to come here in 10 minutes. They're going to tap on the door. They're going to tell you to come out. They're going to tell you certain information about me. Then what's going to happen is I'm going to leave and then we're never going to see each other again.
You see, that's what I don't think my wife understands, that she has that authority in this relationship. Like, so like if we're having an argument where say she's not feeling well and say I'm not being empathetic to those feelings, because that's when women don't feel well, they don't want a solution to the problem. They actually don't want the solution. They want you to, well, some women do. I shouldn't. My wife doesn't want a solution. She wants me to listen and empathize with those feelings. But I'm just like, okay, you don't feel well, so I'll go to the store and get some medicine. And then what food do you want to eat?
Sure.
You're not hungry? Okay, then we won't go and get food.
I want to make you some chicken soup. That's what I would say.
She doesn't want that. She wants, I'm so sorry that you're going through this. But here's the thing. In those arguments, she doesn't realize that she could just go, what's going to happen is I'm going to tell you how I'm feeling. You're going to agree to it. And then we're going to leave this space that we're arguing in with the full-blown knowledge that you're wrong. And that's how it's going to happen. And then we're going to go eat at Atlantic Fish.
Oh.
You're going to get the salmon crusted, and I'm going to get the salad lightly dressed. And they're going to overdress it, and then we're going to go home.
And argue about it.
And I go, okay.
I mean, if that's not a remedy for true love, I don't know what
That's what it is.
Just consistent.
Knowing how to argue and knowing that at the end of the day, like, for example.
This is what it is, Nick.
Go ahead.
This is what it is.
Yeah.
I just can't do it. I don't
Let's dig into this.
I don't have it in me to entertain. You know what it is with me, Nick? I think part of it too is like I spent so many years, like young years, arguing.
About what? With whom?
Oh, I mean, take your pick. Like my parents, fucking family shit, people in the streets, fucking just, dude. I spent so many years just like in a position where I always felt like I had to defend myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
And I'm just tired of it.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to even. And I know. Listen, guys. I know. Like if you get involved with someone, it's not going to always be peachy king, right? Is that the right word? Peachy king?
I think it's peachy keen, but continue your thought. I'll look it up.
Please. It's not always going to be peachy. You're going to have to compromise. You're going to have to listen, and there will be arguments. But the one thing that I just can't really find a way to. There's something about me that I feel like I'm not fixing, or maybe I'm just not haven't found a way to deal with, is allowing someone to make me feel like I have to defend myself in moments where I don't feel like I need to. And that's what really bothers me. And maybe that's just like byproduct of being like a loner for so long. You know, I mean, and being a comedian, a lot of people don't know. Like, I think I saw this the other day, which is a comedian is generally a loner that just likes to hang out with a lot of people.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
We perform like for people and we like to be, but we're like generally a loner. So I was thinking about this thing to have Chase Abel. Is it too late? It's like, have I built up this thing where it's like, oh, I'm fine by myself. you know?
Some people are like that. I don't know though. I think to broadcast, I don't think that's what comedians are now.
Should we kiss now? That was weird. I felt like that was, I don't know where that came from, but something, there was a
that came from deep within. You were like, maybe I'm fine by myself.
Because the way you looked at me, I like, part of me felt like you wanted to be like, ugh. Like that Boston, it's face.
I know. I go in and out of that.
Yeah, you do.
Because
like,
I am very empathetic, but then my childhood kicks in. Where
yeah,
I'm
you're
like,
you fucking
guy,
this fucking pussy.
No, I get what you're saying.
You know, I feel like
I think it is peachy keen. By the way, it's very satisfactory or fine. Peachy keen.
Thank you.
So I think a couple things. I don't think that that's how comedians are anymore. I think the lone kind of traveling comedian, traveling salesman type of thing is. I'm sure there's still people out there that are doing that, but it seems like a big party now. It seems like everyone's kind of friends with each other, and it's not that anymore. I think to the point of being, I don't know, man. Do you want to be in a relationship? Because I think disagreements are, if you care about something, you'll have a conversation, and in that conversation,
no, you're gonna have
conflict.
Yeah, I do. But the thing is, I just hate arguing about stupid shit. That's the thing. It's the things that I'm like. It's the stupid shit that gets me. Like, it's like, why are we arguing about something that's not really significant? Like, you know what it is about my brain? When something's stupid that I feel like is stupid, I just shut it off.
So you need to figure out what those things are. Because for me,
I know what it is. It's called fucking marijuana. Fucking, I just stop.
Okay.
Yeah, just just. Sorry, Nick. I'm just I'm very vulnerable right now. I'm saying things.
What's that Drake song?
Which song?
Are you drunk right now?
Oh, please play it. Yeah. Oh my God. I know.
Yeah, man. Look, I think when you get in a relationship,
I
think you just give in to some of those things.
When you say give in, what do you mean?
Like I let the levee break. When you're holding the fucking, you let things.
You let it go.
You let some things go. I just let things go.
Can't do it.
You can though. That's the thing is.
I know, but I don't. I know I can, but that's the problem. I know I can, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
Because because I feel like anytime when you give someone a little bit of rope, they just will find a way to fuck it up. They'll disappoint you. Like the expectation of disappointment when you want to commit in a relationship, it just exponentially goes. It just happens more often.
But what specifically? What have you been disappointed by?
I don't know. Just women talking.
That's fair.
Not
Chase, that's fair.
Not just women. No, not women talking. I'm not in that context. When I mean
feelings.
Just
having to listen to feelings.
Things like that.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. Look, I said this to you before. I think I've said it on the podcast too, where it's like, my wife and I fought for 2 solid years in a row because I wasn't ready to change my lifestyle. And at the time it was like she was a little overbearing with certain things, but also we were just on complete opposite ends of the spectrum. But there was the one thing kind of pulling us in, and that was each other. And we really cared about each other. She saw more in me of potential. And she's just like, no, this is how this is going to work.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. I haven't found that person yet. It's the person that and then I'm obviously, guys, this is a comedy podcast. I'm trying to make this funny. So a lot of things I'm saying is not.
Well, you don't have to tell them that.
I know.
We can just make it funny.
We could just make it funny. Correct. That's absolutely right. And this is the problem.
We're going to pause right now to remind everyone, this is a comedy podcast. Here comes the funny.
Here comes the funny, guys. Shugga, shugga, diggy, diggy.
Give it up for
Give it up.
chicken leg.
Give it up for Clipper Man.
I'm laughing like Bobby Kelly.
Oh,
We'll
dude.
talk. We'll talk.
Bobby
Let's talk. We'll talk. Let's save it for later because there's Bobby Kelly and Ari Shaffir specials are like.
I haven't
have you
seen
Ari's
it.
special yet?
I sent a message to Bobby Kelly the other day actually because he said something on the podcast that was like really funny.
Yeah.
And I sent him a DM and he responded and I was like, "Yo, Bob, that shit was hilarious." And he was like, "Thank you," and that's all he said. But it was still great.
I love Bobby.
Yeah, he said he was on a podcast with Greg Fitzsimmons, and he goes, he's like the type of women that you have to watch out for. He said chicken bone chicks, like chicken bone
voodoo, like
voodoo chicks.
Yes, I saw that podcast.
I fell out of my chair. He's like, what do you expect? She's a chicken bone chick.
Yeah.
Chicken bone chicks with the voodoo and all that shit. He's like, yeah, I was so howling.
Oh, it's so good.
Anyways, if there's any chicken bone chicks at all out there, please DM me. I don't care at this point.
Hey, maybe you need a woman who's into voodoo.
Dude,
would you date someone that's into voodoo?
I think it has to depend on like the type of voodoo that they do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's certain voodoos that are like, I feel like every single thing there's like different shows for different things. There's different there's different shows, right? There's like silly shows, there's serious shows, there's like intermediate shows. I feel like that's how it is with like voodoo. Like there's people that will play with dolls and shit, but that's all they're doing. It's just theatrics.
Oh yeah.
But then there's like people who really like they take they wait for you to go to sleep, take a nose hair off your nose.
Yeah.
And then they let it simmer in olive oil, wait 10 years, wait till you get kids, and then take the hair out, wipe their ass with it.
Okay.
And then
the only thing I got from that was olive oil. The way that you just said olive oil.
It's good. It's good. It's a good preserver.
You were trying to underscore it, but it came out kind of funny. Comedy podcast. There was the funny. Did you catch it?
No, I wouldn't, because that's a scary thing.
I think what you're thinking of it right now is I don't want to change my life. And correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to change my lifestyle for anybody, and I don't want to make any sort of concessions to if I want to go to this thing at 10 o'clock on a Wednesday, that's what's going to happen. And if I get in a relationship with someone, I'm not going to want to go do that. Or they're going to prevent me from going to do that. But look, I think you're at a point now where like you're a stand-up comedian.
Thank you.
Who's looking to grow their audience.
You forgot to say funny stand-up comedian.
Yeah, you're a funny stand-up comedian. Yes.
Thank you.
Fair enough. And you're looking to grow. You're at a point now where you're kind of going and you're really doubling down on your career, and you're doing more shows. You're getting back into you took a little bit of a break, but now you're getting back into it.
Yes, sir.
And you have a reach. You've performed.
Thank you.
You've performed with
some places
with some people.
Sure.
So you need someone that's like,
yeah. What do you think?
You need someone that's kind of like, oh, that's cool.
But not really.
But not like, oh, that's cool.
Right. For sure.
You need to be like, yeah, it's really cool that you're into your job.
So who do you think, what type of woman do you think I need, Nick? Like what type of woman do you think from the amount of time you've known me, and you've known enough, I think, to gauge.
Sure.
I think this is a fair question to ask you. What type of woman do you think Abel would work out well with? If he was to take your pick, if you had like your choice,
I do think that you need someone who is a little strict.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
I think you need someone who's a little strict.
Okay.
I think you need someone who can kind of hold you accountable.
Wow.
I think you need someone who's kind of like supportive of your dreams, of what you want to do. Dreams. Supportive of your aspirations. But is like going to hold you to that.
Okay.
You don't need a free spirit. I'll tell you the type of woman you shouldn't be around.
That's interesting that you say that, because I always thought that was the type of woman that if I wanted to be with, that's the type of person I was thinking I needed.
No.
Was a free spirited person.
No.
Hippie.
Your water.
Fucking damn
You're
right. I am.
water.
Bruce Lee, bitch.
You kind of go with the flow.
I am a Pisces.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll look that up. Hold on.
That's a water sign.
I almost just said, hey, can
I learned
someone
that from
look
women.
that up for me? And I'm the person.
Yeah, you're
I'm the one that looks that up.
Yeah,
Okay.
you look it up.
You're a Pisces. Wait a minute. Oh, okay.
If I'm not
So-
mistaken, that's a water sign.
That is it? Pisces, water or air?
It's an air sign?
The water signs. Oh no. Yeah, you and my wife's a Cancer and you're a Pisces.
Okay.
Both water signs.
Mm-hmm.
Tend to be emotional and intuitive.
What do you think I am?
I would say you're very intuitive. Yeah, I would say you're emotional as well. You're just not extrinsically emotional. You're not. You kind of keep it, in check.
In check?
Little.
Okay.
I from what I can tell. So here's what I think. You need to go with someone who.
Let's do it.
You need to go with someone who maybe is fiery.
Okay.
But in a way of like they're passionate, they're disciplined in their passions.
Discipline in their passions.
They know what they want.
Got it.
They're very passionate. You are going to get in arguments with them about things.
Sure.
But it's to better understand the thing. It's to better understand the situation. It's not to prove
not
anybody
to win or not
correct.
to prove I'm right, you're wrong. It's more of
because you are petty. Cancer, Scorpios, and Pisces have a little petty. Not you are.
No, I'm petty. I'm 100%.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
right.
not, I'm
so I was right. I called that.
Yeah, I just didn't want to agree with you.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm definitely you got to just
right there. Okay. So you need someone who is passionate but also maybe like doesn't keep score too much.
I like that. I don't like that. I do like that. No, I like what you just said.
You know what I'm saying?
But I don't like people who do that keep score.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
No.
That's not my type of person.
No, me neither.
I just feel like they always they always are kind of waiting for you to fuck up.
And they're holding
it and you just don't feel like yes.
I think there's a difference between keeping it real and honest with someone and then doing that. Because doing that is not being honest. So you need someone also who is brutally honest.
Yeah, because I would say that I am.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I would. Yes, you are.
I would say I'm more truthful than I am.
You know why I pause there is because sometimes being honest is confused with being a fucking obnoxious asshole these days. Being someone who's like constantly being like, you're doing this and you're doing that. It's like, no. Being honest is also having some fucking tact.
I've seen myself kind of get into those moments a little bit here and there with like people and things. So I had to actually kind of step away back from that a little bit because at the end of the day, it's like we are humans and humans are not perfect and we will continue to make mistakes. But yes, I don't want to portray. I don't want like a judgy person, Mm-hmm. Like I don't want to portray that. Like I don't want that. I don't want to portray that on people, and I don't want that back to me. I don't want a person who has just jumps to assumptions as well,
Mm-hmm.
who just automatically thinks like, because it's in their head, what they're thinking that that's the right thing instead of just asking me, I don't know. I like to keep it pretty simple, but I won't stop you because I'm learning a lot. I'm actually writing this down,
So
I'm updating my Tinder profile as we speak. What you're saying? Go ahead.
Let's see. There's like a whole thing. What kind of compliment each zodiac sign loves to hear? Now,
Ugh.
Yeah, but that's it. You just need someone who's like honest with you that can kind of hold you accountable and isn't trying to, isn't trying to win all the time. Also, what would be helpful for you, I feel like? You don't need someone who's trying to build, like, you need someone who's already there. You don't need like an aspiring anything.
Trust me, because I think I'm on. Yeah, I think my plate probably makes up for that.
Yeah, you have all the aspirations that one relationship would need. So you need someone who is a doctor or is a.
I almost dated. I was kind of seeing a doctor,
I could see that,
but she was too analytical. Like it. I don't like unaffectionate people. Don't know how to show affection.
Oh, she was a little cold and like kind of mechanical, or yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think you hang out, you meet people in places that you normally hang out, which is kind of tough, especially if you're going to bars and doing like,
I know, which is probably 20, freaking 15, 20 years of my life.
I'll tell you, I think,
so that's probably
the best way to meet someone nowadays, like what I would do is probably
not online.
I was going to say, like, if I'm where I'm at right now, I would probably get like a high-powered online. Like a substantial subscription. Like an annual subscription to an exclusive dating. I would weasel my way on Raya somehow if I was single these days.
I mean, I've been on like dating apps, but I've never used dating apps as a way to like find a relationship type of woman, which is weird.
I've never done any of that stuff, but I definitely,
I mean, I've been on, like, when Tinder was around, I obviously been on Tinder, and I never did Bumble.
Yeah.
I never did any, like, I've been on Tinder, but Tinder, you know how, Tinder was. Tinder's not really a place you kind of want to. This is what's always interesting to me. The women that are on Tinder, like, when they put it on their profiles, like, oh, no, it's like, oh, I'm looking for a serious relationship. I'm like, on Tinder?
No.
You're putting, like, you're gonna say that? Like, I'm like, no, I don't know. I don't think that's where this is the place for that.
That's like going to a Patriots game and looking for like live music. You're not going to get it. It's not happening.
Yeah. That's like going to
Wrong place.
Yeah, it's like me going to like a Blake Shelton concert, and he's gonna, and like me requesting Tribe Called Quest.
Better analogy. Yeah. I think you need to start finding an interest outside of stand-up.
I got many.
Okay. What are they?
Many. I mean, we got sports, know.
But do you want a sports girl?
She would have to be into sports.
Oh, you do? Okay, so you do.
Yeah, she would have to be into sports.
Okay.
Or understand, why I like it.
Okay, so no, she would have to be into it. Yeah. Because women, it's, they understand why men are into it.
She probably had to be like a former athlete.
Okay. All right, see, now we're...
or at least understands like the how competitive natures are, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
I mean, she could definitely be a coach. She could be also a coordinator somewhere. I mean, she doesn't have to be like a player.
So sports is a big one.
Sports, yeah.
Athletic or former athlete. Maybe sustained a little ankle injury or something that kind of like,
Yep.
But still got a degree.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Yeah, because I feel like, I think a person who understands, I feel like a person who's played sports or has been involved in any sense of a team situation, they would understand how to deal and handle, like how to listen and how to work with people. I find it difficult. I have found that, I've found it that with certain people, you can tell if they've never been in a team setting before, or if they've been more in an individualized, if they've been more in, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like what I'm saying is like,
yeah, they're
like knowing how to like just, talk with people and understand and work and patience and that, I learned all that through like sports and like team building and things of that sort.
Family situation. What would their family situation? Do you have a preference?
Of the type of family that they would come from?
You come from, or like what their status is with their family right
now?
I
would like, I mean, it would be, I think having a good relationship with their family for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. A good, solid relationship where they have a good relationship with their father for sure, their mother, you know, because you know it's I mean, but who also gets along with all their family too? So that's not fair, right?
No, some people do. Everyone's got issues, but yeah, I think my wife has a great relationship.
Family orientated for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
I guess it's fair to say family orientated for sure.
100%.
Yes. Yeah. I'm kind of an old. I'm kind of when I'm looking for like someone in a relationship, I'm more of a traditionalist than anything. Like, you know, I'm kind of traditional. I'm kind of old school a little bit.
Church going.
I mean, we'll go to like Creflo Dollar, monastery from once in a while. We'll go to Mace's sermon on Sundays. Like, she doesn't need to be like, you know, Joel Osteen church, but she can be like Mace church.
Mace church would be fun. I would go with you guys to Mace. I would bring my wife. We would come with you.
Yeah.
Oh, but it would probably be online. I don't see Mace coming to Boston to do a mass.
To mass? No, he'll probably come to Jubilee. He'll stop by Jubilee.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You know, or during Carnival.
Yep.
You know, he'll bless that event, I'm sure. I mean, a sense of direction, sense of faith.
Sure.
You know, I'm not looking for like a I mean, you don't have to live and die by the Bible, you know, or
I'm just
well-rounded. Can I just? I sound like a woman that's looking for a man right now, and then you know what I'm about to say. I just want a nice girl. Where the women, most of the time, it's like a woman's on the side of the foot. They're like, I just want a nice guy.
Yeah. A nice, normal.
Normal,
I hear a lot.
What's normal?
Which there's nothing normal anymore.
What's normal?
There's nothing. I mean, everyone wants everything because they are everything. That's what pisses me off. Is like I was listening to someone else is like, I want to be a fashion designer and a musician and a content creator. It's like, no, pick one thing and then deal with the rest of it.
Pick one or master it and then be able to like.
Pick one thing and just in life, just pick one thing and then the rest of it, figure it out. Just let it, you know, like you'll deal with it.
You'll deal with it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I think you should start hanging out in places where this potential person could be, which is another tough one.
I think maybe, you know,
because it sounds like they work for the Boston Celtics. You're describing a woman. It sounds like she works for the Boston Celtics organization.
Yeah, I don't mind. You know, just someone normal.
Maybe not the Celtics. Maybe we give those women a break. Maybe
you would. Yeah, maybe the Celtics. They've had a tough run.
Maybe the Kraft organization.
Yeah, I think we're gonna stay away from Boston. Yeah, I think we're gonna stay away from Boston. We're gonna go to a different location. You know, somewhere West Coast.
Would you do long distance?
No.
No, it's too much.
It's too much.
Yeah, I don't get people that. It's an incredible amount of discipline.
It'd be very difficult for sure.
Yeah,
it'd be very difficult because I'm one of these old school type of people where I'm like, you got to be in front of me, man.
Yeah, same.
I need to see you. I gotta. I'm not one of these people. I'm sorry, this is how my is, man. I'm not one of these people that like I need a person in the room. I gotta feel that energy. I gotta see your reaction. I gotta talk to you in person. I fucking hate texting.
Yeah.
I keep telling people, stop texting me. There's so many people that text me in long forms. They're fucking emotional fucking shit, dude. And I'm not trying to be mean. I just pick up the phone and call me.
It's too much.
It's too much. Like I got so much shit on my plate, and my brain runs a mile a minute. I don't even know if that's even a saying.
No, it is.
It is? Thank you.
Peachy Keen. Yeah, no, it's too much. People actually don't know grammar because no one learns anything anymore. And no one reads. Not a lot of people read anymore.
Cut to the Chase podcast, guys.
It's not a reading podcast. No, I read and I'll get like 4 books and I'll rotate them because I can't stay on one for too long.
Right.
Maybe that's what maybe that's what you should start doing.
I think I should start reading.
I think if
I've been saying this for fucking 5-6 years.
We've talked about this on many episodes. I think if you just start reading certain things that you like,
sure. Yeah.
I think it's gonna build some sort of weird momentum.
Well, it'll make me sound a lot more normal. Like I'll learn how to like. This is what happens. See, when I don't, my brain, because I have so much things, like my brain like stops at intervals. Like it just stops. And then I have to find, I'm just, see right now, like I stop, I think before I say stuff. I overthink things, right? Instead of just saying them sometimes. Just say it.
I think you should start reading magazines. I do. Not books yet.
I feel like, you know what Abel needs to do? I have to start school all over again.
I think I might join you because I was thinking about something the other day where I'm like, I'm struggling to get this sentence out.
All day, every day for me.
I'm struggling to get the sentence out, and it's not a complicated thing that I'm trying to
like someone
convey.
Like so many people ask me so many simple questions, and I take so long to friggin' give them an answer, and they just looking at me like, this is just, do you either want hot or iced coffee? Like, I don't understand why you're going into a whole soliloquy.
You're like, Korea? No, I think you'll also be more, like if I had to start dating.
You're right.
Like if my wife actually stuck needles in my eye and you know, we ended up divorcing, which I'm going to edit that out. I don't want to even say that. I would read a lot more. I would have more time on my hands to read, I think, and I would be able to speak to things. Like if I'm you, I should say, I'm going out and I'm talking to women, like I'd need things to say.
Oh, I'd never have a problem with that.
I don't have anything to say.
I always have something to say. I never run out of things to say.
Really?
Never. I just what I'm saying is like, I don't think that all the things that I am saying to women that they're interested.
Huh.
I think women are really good at pretending to be interested. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Too? Like they're really good at not even pretending to be interested. They know a bullshit, a con artist when they see one,
because they've been fucking
to a degree.
Talked to
a degree. A lot of women get they get sidetracked too. You know, there's a lot of them that get tricked.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's just knowing things and being able to convey them, which is literally what I'm describing a fucking conversation in life to be. It's just knowing things and then saying them to other people.
Right. Yeah.
So I think the more you read, the more you'll know, and the more you'll be able to kind of have meaningful conversations about things.
Yeah, you're right. No, the reading thing for 2023 is definitely on my bucket list.
All right, let's do goals for you for 2023.
All right, let's do it.
And actually, I don't.
I'm not a resolution type of dude, but I'm definitely like, I have to have set benchmarks for sure.
Yeah, let's not say goals. Let's say, because goals, it's like, what if you don't reach it? These are things that you're gonna achieve. So
achieve. Okay.
We'll do expectations for
Mr. Abel.
Okay.
Let's do. Now we don't want to get too big, right? We gotta want to kind of grow this. Wow. Nicky Neighborhoods got a big screen. Expectations. This is the thing about Nicky Neighborhoods, guys, you don't understand. His organization and compartmentalization. I don't even know if that's a word, but it sounds good. His ability to compartmentalize his Excel spreadsheet game is remarkable. Ugh.
We have a game on in the background too. I'm split screening this, which for two people with ADD is not smart, but what are you going to do?
This is amazing.
So read one
book
article.
Not even a book. He just said read an article. Gee, all right. I feel like an article is kind of like a,
per day? No.
Yes.
Per week.
Yes.
Per week.
Per week.
Okay.
So I take a lot of naps, Nip.
Yeah.
I take a lot of naps. I'm not going to be able to do a lot of these things you're talking about.
Good to know. When do you take those naps?
As much as often as I can every day.
Midday?
I'll do it at work if I need to.
Really?
Yep.
to try one of these.
I'll go in the cafeteria and find a little corner, and I'll just take
There's a cafeteria?
Oh, we got a full-size cafeteria, full service, baby.
Is it nice?
We get food every day, hot meals every day.
Interesting.
I'll bring you a plate. Today was tikka masala.
So we're going to do one article per week.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, everyone, this is the expectations for Chase in 2023. Do we want to try and do like a organized event that you go to? You're not into, I could already tell, like, you're not a speed dater. Even for the story, I don't think you'd be into
speed dating, no.
Anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, not into speed dating. No. I saw Hitch, wasn't into it.
That jet ski scene traumatized me. You get drowned.
I could swim.
You could. Well, I'm saying if you get knocked out unconscious in the water, you could drown.
Oh, you could definitely drown for sure. Yeah. But me, I wouldn't drown though, because by the time I get hit unconscious and I float for like 2 minutes, a shark will eat me because they'll mistake me for a seal.
Yeah.
That was a black joke, guys.
Fair enough.
Expectations: read one article per week. That's good. I can do that.
Okay.
Any article could be about anything. Or
anything, Chase. That's the thing.
Got it.
That's the thing. This is my. If I open up a school, what are you interested in? Let's learn about that.
Okay.
So that you can now then learn about other things that you might not necessarily be interested in. It'll evolve into that.
Okay.
Okay, so that's reading. So
Yep.
now you'll have something to say. Mm-hmm. You'll have more maybe intentional things to say.
Okay.
Do we want to foster relationship? Do we have any unreconciled issues from the past with previous relationships or people maybe that you could be more in contact with? Like maybe maybe a friend who is a little bit more than a friend.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a lot.
Preventing you from moving forward with them.
See, that's the thing. That's the area that I don't know if there's a connection. I don't know if that actually is. I don't know if that actually is a. If there's a connection with that, that's the reason why. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm very good at like kind of just stopping and moving forward with something else. Like I don't let like past things kind of affect me in that way.
Yeah.
But I feel like this might be more of a clinical psychology question where it's like maybe that, because I've heard it before, like people have issues from like their past they haven't resolved and it affects their, relationship stuff later on.
Would you be open to therapy?
No.
Counseling? Different from therapy.
How is counseling different from therapy?
I'll tell you. So counseling is what I do, where I go and talk to someone and they talk through my feelings with me. They're not diagnosing me with anything. They're not telling me, they're not saying like this, this traces back to X, Y, and Z. They might make a light connection, but they're not doing like medical shit. It's more or less of just like kind of talk therapy, like just talking through a problem.
Yeah, it's kind of like me and you like chilling on the stoop, and we're just like
kind of
like, hey, you're just saying, yeah, man, this, you'll whatever's bothering you that day, you'll say, and I'm just giving my thoughts on it.
Correct.
Without being too.
And you're talking to someone that knows what to ask you to help you get the feelings out.
Right.
And then to resolve the feelings or provide clarity. Kind of like a life coach, but not as hacky.
Okay. I'm with you.
So maybe that could help too.
Let's put counseling in quotations and put ... We'll go back to that. There you go.
Maybe we get them as a sponsor. BetterHelp.
Counseling. Maybe we should start reaching out to people. Let's
BetterHelp.
BetterHelp.
I do think that's important, though. I do think people that are in this situation of like, not to say that you're in a situation, but like people that are not people that are single and they're looking to get into a relationship and they're like, why haven't I been able to kind of find this person? Is maybe start fixing or start to explore things about yourself that you could potentially not fix, but like resolve.
This is the thing. I also think like at the end of the day, sure, but I also think like there's just still crazy people out there that will find you.
Of course, but at least now you'll know how to spot them better.
I know, but I like sometimes the crazy ones they're the ones that are fun.
I could see you liking that up until a certain point.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Because it's too much.
It's too much.
It's all confrontation, constantly. Crazy people are fun until the moment they're not.
And they're the worst
Then
people
it's like,
ever. Ever.
Then it's like, I want to call my mom as an adult. I'm like, get me the fuck out of this situation with this crazy person.
I think that's one of the big things that I've noticed. I've been in many of those situations, and I'm just like, well, oh shit, there's a lot more people that I'm experiencing that are like this. So maybe this is something that maybe relationships is just not for me because I'm just,
What about putting yourself in rooms with people that you normally wouldn't?
I go to strip clubs once a week. Jesus. Is that not what you...
Okay, well we'll put that under the counseling.
Just being, maybe not once a week, but...
Well,
maybe that's the reason why I went to strip clubs because I was getting counseling in a different way. No, not really, right?
No one should be naked while you're getting counseling.
And
there should not be food. No one should be naked, and there shouldn't be food in the same room when you're getting counseling.
That's good. Yeah, you're right. I did get a lot of that free freaking kitchen cacciatore at Desires. Holiday parties are the best.
What if you just had pets and you named them after strip clubs? Tootsies.
Just call them Cut to the Chase.
Squires.
White Zebras. Yeah. Shout out Rhode Island.
Well, to wrap this segment up, I think. Yeah. Expectations for you 2023. I think these are reasonable. I think these are 3 reasonable things.
Yep.
Read a little bit more. Basically, to sum these up. Just read a little bit more, but read articles.
Gotcha.
Magazine you might like, online publication. Just read an article and go, that thing.
Yep.
That thing that happened.
It's on my bucket list for sure.
Old flames, sparks, or potential explosions. Rekindle those. Are there people in your life that you could have a stronger, more meaningful relationship with?
Yeah.
Start doing that. Start making an effort to do that.
That's the problem.
Okay, where's the problem there?
Because my issue is like once you've hurt me in a way that I felt it wasn't warranted, I don't go back.
If time has passed, though, maybe there's lessons learned. Maybe that person learned a lesson, and maybe that unfortunately was at your expense. But maybe there's a change there.
But I also adapted this scripture where it's helped me get to the places that I have gone.
Okay.
If they could, they would.
Fair enough. So maybe don't rekindle old relationships. We're going to change this to let sleeping dogs lie. Fair enough. Got a couple of those.
I do appreciate this because sometimes, I think this is like honest. I'm just being honest, there are things that, this is an evolving journey for me specifically, so I'm not afraid or not hesitant to hear how I am or what things I feel like I need to work on. Because this is the thing. I've never really had people tell me exactly like what I need to work on. They never really sat down and told me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I've never had like friends like that.
Sure.
I wasn't lucky enough to have friends like that where they actually took the time and been like, you know what, Abel, have you ever thought like, you're this, you're that, but there's things here you need to, I've never had that. I had to figure this out all on my own.
Yeah.
But I've always been the person to outline other people's issues because people would come to me and I'd be honest with them. I wouldn't be like judgy. I would really tell them, because I would see things that they wouldn't see, and I would be really honest with them and explain to them. But I never really had someone to tell me that, So I never really had, like, I never was able to cultivate a real honest, trustworthy, like, I never had that. So I don't know, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's the truth or what's not the truth. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, that's tough.
until you meet someone that actually wants and actually does take the time to tell you, and then you're like, oh shit, fucking, this is weird. Is this actually true?
It's tough. Yeah, it's
Does
tough.
that make sense? Did that make sense?
No. I get what you're saying, because sometimes in friendships and you know, I have friends like this too, where I can get pretty deep with my close circle of friends. I'm lucky in that sense, I guess, that I have.
You're lucky.
I have a handful of well, maybe not a handful. Yeah, I have people that I could go to and go, hey, I had a fight, or I did this, and what do you think? And they can be like, well, Nick, this is what you do. You know, this is your whole MO is you do this and that. But I think, it's not an easy thing. I think a lot of friends sometimes will kind of go through the motions in certain ways.
Yeah, I have so many relationships. I've had so many types of friendships and relationships where it's just gone through the motions, man, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't know what to believe.
Because no one wants that confrontation.
No.
So I think that's where, kind of going back to what we talked about before, like that's kind of where everything that's worth even discussing, it's in between those lines, those margins of.
Those margins, right.
Hey, we had an argument. It's not about the argument. It's about the things that we discussed and how we fucking talked through why it bothers me when you do this, or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's not for real. So these are all good. These are all good talking points for sure. And I think a lot of people can relate, I'm sure. So we'll see, still young, still trying to figure it out. But I think the work starts with me for sure. And then we will see what 2023 will unveil to me,
2023 is going to be great.
I think it's going to be really fantastic. I think a lot of things are going to happen, and they are happening. So until then, just slide in my DMs, ladies. We'll work this
whole
out.
Episode out the window.
This whole
thing out the fucking window.
No chase.
There's going to be a massive recession.
Yes, no.
No one's reading anything.
No one's reading nothing.
There's going to be no therapy anymore.
Oh, therapy. Oh, something about therapy. I just gotta it's just, ugh.
You know what it is? You don't hate therapy. Like, I realize therapy's like Dave Matthews to me. I actually don't hate the music. I just fucking hate the people that talk about it.
I just don't understand, especially I just can't connect the fact of paying someone to talk to them.
But here's
and then fucking still continuing to talk, like paying them.
Yeah.
And nothing changes.
But they don't. But that's the thing, man. They don't change. You do the changing. They're literally just helping you get organized. They're helping you get mentally organized and what you want to change, and like helping you see the things that you can't see for yourself because you don't take the time to do it.
You know what's better than paying a therapist to get organized?
Do not say a strip club.
No. You know what's better than paying a therapist to get organized, Nick? Microsoft Excel.
Well, guys, I tried.
Sometimes you don't win them all, folks.
I tried.
Sometimes you don't win them all.
Want to know what my highlights are for 2022?
Yeah, what is yours?
I would say
2023. You mean?
No. This is in retrospect of this year that we're currently in.
The last 8 weeks we have.
The last year that we've been through. I would say you starting to use calendar invites, I think, is huge.
Well,
you never really used them before.
It's new.
Responding to them is half the battle. So becoming more organized in that sense, I think, is a win.
Thank you.
I think.
Thank you.
I think we both gotten healthy this year, physically.
Oh, now you're talking.
Right? I feel like we've kind of hit a stride in that sense, individually.
Yeah.
And it feels good.
Feels great.
Bobby Kelly talked about that. I'll do a call back. He talked about it's kind of good to be like feeling just good.
I just didn't want to be fat anymore, and not be like I just wanted to stop making noises when I got off the chair.
Yeah. Dropping things and being like, I'm never picking that up.
It's
gone.
It's gone. I don't need that pen.
That pen is gone.
Hey, honey, you ever seen that pen? That nice, Boligafro pen? You're like, nope, sorry, honey.
It's like the episode in Gone Girl where she goes to Cheese. She's gone. Gone, baby, gone.
No, I'm not going to be so hard on myself because, it's easy to be hard on yourself when you're trying to change and work on yourself. Actually, that's the one thing I've noticed about people. Some people, when they get into these phases of their lives, which they will meet, they become too hard on themselves where it becomes paralysis analysis. Yeah. And where they overthink too much, where they don't actually take steps to actually make changes. Sure. Because they're overthinking it. And I'm like a slow burn, like I don't like to, I want things sometimes fast, but I know like it doesn't happen that way. So I really take my time with each compartment to try to get better at it. Some people are just better at it, man. Some people they just know, boom, and they can just tell their mind, nope, this is what we need to do. Sure. Boom.
I think they say like those types of people jump and then build their wings. Like they jump first and then they figure out like how they're gonna navigate the situation.
That's how I am. I don't really maybe, but I'm trying to reverse that way, because as much as you can be organized, but I've also seen as much as you can be organized with your life and have Google Calendar fucking, whatever's your whole inbox is filled with calendars and stuff. There's something called the inevitable. Mm-hmm. That you're just gonna have to just deal with. Some things are just gonna happen. You just gotta learn how to deal with it, So I'm up for the challenge though, Nicky. I'm up for the challenge of seeing like pushing myself and learning more things and being patient but it takes a lot, man. It takes a lot of work to change and to get better. It takes a lot of work. I don't think a lot of people really, really understand. It takes a lot of time, patience, and more importantly, really honest people in your circle to tell you the real honest truth about things. Mm-hmm. And if you can have those three compartments, I think you're on a good path, mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, who fucking knows? I could win the goddamn $2 billion lottery ticket today, Powerball, and this whole podcast is going viral, baby.
Yeah, but like that's the thing. I always think about that too.
Who knows?
It's like if you had, it's not $2 billion. It's like.
Do I really? Right. Yeah.
I think it's like 400 million
after taxes.
At that point, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
I want it. Nothing really changes though. That's the thing is like you still are who you are. And at the end of the day, you'll spend all that money. Mm-hmm. Not you. Well, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. No, well, I'm spending all that money for sure. Yeah.
But you're going to be the same person at the end of the day. You're going to be the same exact person. So figure it out. Figure out what you need to
figure out.
Figure
out what you need to figure out. That's a great saying. Figure out what you need to figure out. Merch 2023, guys.
This is our inspirational line. Everything is one size too small.
You know what we're going to do? You know what we probably should do? We should probably add a line to this podcast where people can call in. We'll take 2 calls.
It's hysterical.
2-3 calls. No, maybe 2 because it could get a little long. It could be a long form.
What we should do is we should call people.
We should call them.
Maybe next episode we call people that you want to rekindle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, dude. All the people that I've decided to like leave, I'm pretty good with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except a couple because they were pretty fun. I gotta, you know what, guys? I always don't land the plane when it needs to land. And
if you're still with us,
if you guys are still with this podcast ever, just understand sometimes we won't hit it out the park all the time. But
I think we covered good stuff in this episode.
We did. There were some things I just wanted to figure out. And sometimes, that's what it is. I do need to read, though. It's just getting really out of hand.
Classic.
Cut to the Chase podcast, guys. See you with the number 2, Cut to the Chase, every week coming at you from Beacon Street Studios. Please check out the last episode that I did, episode 49 with Mr. Corey Rodriguez. That was fantastic. Shout out to Corey. I did a show with him actually on Saturday. I did a private event in Taunton for suicide awareness. That was fantastic. Me and Dan Bolger and Corey Rodriguez. That was a great show. I'm very excited for comedy next year. A lot of traveling next year that I'm going to be doing. A lot of work with this podcast, and I don't know. The future's bright. It's going to be unequivocally. Wow. You know what? I'm going to leave because I honestly don't have.
Didn't even finish that sentence.
Because honestly, I don't have. I said it, but I wasn't prepared for the rest.
You got excited and
I got excited and I forgot what else to say to matches that. Cut to the Chase podcast, guys. I'm on Apple, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Stitcher Podcast. Whatever, I doubled it up. You figure it out. Cut to the Chase podcast with Chase Abel, Nicky Neighborhoods. God damn, what is your handle so I can get the fuck out of here?
Nicky Neighborhoods. Follow everyone, add everything, and then also on the YouTubes. Follow us on YouTube.
Please send help.